Hi everybody, my name is Kyle and today we're going to be going through some full body movements to help increase our aliveness, vitality, as well as our agility. Now, some of the more wild animals are some of the highest level movers, and so more importantly than any mechanical or specific movement, I want you to, as best you can, hold the image of that animal in your mind as we go through these movements. So, the first thing we're going to start with is moving our spine, right? And so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine yourself as a dolphin starting to swim through the water. You can feel like your nose, chest, stomach, hips, and reverse. I want you to imagine yourself swimming and undulating your entire body as you move through the open ocean. And then you can reverse that movement. So now I'm coming with the hips, stomach, chest, nose. Hips, stomach, and chest, nose. Again, feeling that undulation in my spine as I move through the water. Now, we're gonna move our spine in a lateral or side to side direction, and you can imagine yourself as a fish, or better, a whale shark. If you notice my t-shirt here, and they move side to side. So you're gonna let your head, shoulder, hips lead the movement. And as you're swimming along, you can also start to imagine yourself as a snake swimming through the water, or an eel, or any other vertebrate that moves in this action. You can also do it hip leading. So I have my hip, side, shoulder, and go in the other direction. Now I want you to put those two movements together like you're some kind of dragon or serpent, right? So you have that forward spine and that side spine, and now I'm moving in all directions. I'm kind of like one of those inflatable, flaily tube guys you see outside of the car wash. And as we start to move, we're going to slither our way onto dry land, where we're going to transform into a turtle. And we're a turtle, and we're locked inside of our shell. And so we are going to slowly peek our head out
and pull our head back in.
and peek our head out.
And pull our head back in.
Checking for safety.
Checking for any predators, any other critters that are moving about.
And as you feel safe, you're going to start to poke your head out
And look around.
and poke
And look around.
and poke,
And look around.
poke.
Look around.
Reverse directions. You can go for time or feel or number of reps. And as a turtle, when we come out of our shell, we slowly transform into a red-tailed hawk sitting up high in the trees. And we're going to just start stretching our wings. So you're going to roll the shoulders back, open up the chest. Thinking about going to hunt today, maybe some rabbits, maybe some tasty little voles. Just waking up and feeling that movement through the shoulders. And I'm going to reverse directions. We're going to imagine ourselves as a great horned owl, and we're going to be hawking up one of our pellets from last night's tasty dinner. So this is that shoulders are going forward, closing the chest, opening the back. And as we're sitting up there, thinking about all the delicious treats we're going to transform into an osprey, and we're going to rotate the hands back and get ready to fly off the water like we just caught a delicious, tasty fish. And as we get up across the water, what do we see but an eagle? We transform into the eagle, and we're fighting over the fish. And you can even take time to soar and to reach and to move and get those arms flapping. And as you're starting to soar, you notice down below, zipping by, is a little tiny hummingbird. And the hummingbirds, they have tiny little wings, so we're gonna do rotations coming from the elbow, and we're gonna move the arms around as quick as we can in little figure 8 patterns. And you can also move them more slowly. And as you're zipping around, tasting all the delicious little nectars, you find yourself growing fur and transforming into a raccoon. And you're gonna squat down and start to imagine like you're picking up little rocks or snails or other crustaceans. You're just kind of looking around, rolling the wrists together. Raccoons actually use much more of their brain for their sense of touch than they do for sight. So they're actually really mapping a lot of their area using their hands. And the reverse of that is imagine yourself eating and scooping all those little tasty bits. And as the raccoon starts to transform into a sea otter, we start to get more rotations like we're swimming through the kelp beds. Looking for little tasty bits. And as we swim down, looking for sea urchins and other things, we grab one and we reverse directions and we swim up all the way to the surface. And we crack open our little shell and we eat all the little tasty bits. And we start to find ourselves swimming towards land, where we see a coyote running down the beach, and the coyote is marking its territory, right? Opening the leg and letting out just a little pee, just to give a little Facebook update and let everybody know that you're here. And we want to go ahead and get that other side, so we're going to lift open the hips and draw circles with the knee in the air. Again, you can go for time or feel, or I like to do about 10 of everything in each direction. So, as the coyote's moving along, it sees a crane hunting on the edge of the water, and the crane is creating shade with its wings, and it's starting to stir the water with its feet. Make sure you go in both directions. And then you can lunge forward and take a bit. And we're going to make sure to get both sides. So again, we raise up the wings, we stand on one leg, and we stir. And go the other way. Now, I want you to imagine transforming back into that owl, and as you get your head and eyes up, I want you to rotate your knees and imagine like you're flying through the forest. And every rotation is like dodging a tree. But keeping the eyes and head up so that you know where you're going. And reverse directions. And finally, getting down to our feet and toes, we are going to imagine ourselves as a little house cat, just stretching out the ankles. Again, drawing circles in both directions, using my toes to draw circles as large as I can in the air. You can also hold on to something if you need to. Going in both directions. Now for the final one, we're gonna imagine ourselves as a little chickadee in the winter time, and something that they do is they squeeze up all the feathers really tight, holding everything, and get ready and release and shake. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Hands out, starting with the little pinky finger. We're gonna pull it all in. And 1, 2, 3. All right, 1 more. Pull everything in. Imagine everything tensing tight. Hold it, and release.